Welcome to this training on the Environmental Science for the AP course program. Thank you for your adoption. We hope you and your students enjoy what we've created and that they achieve success on the exam. Let's get started. Here's a look at what will be covered in this training. First, I'm going to give a brief introduction to the authors, and then we'll take a look at the student edition, its organization and structure, the key features, the AP practice, and more. Then we'll go through the teacher resource package. From there, we'll have a brief overview of our digital platform, Sapling Plus, and I'll show you the digital training option. Let's get started. Andy Friedland was the founding chair of the AP Test Committee for Environmental Science, making him what many call the godfather of the AP Environmental Science course. Rick Relia is an award-winning instructor with globally recognized research. Rick has a passion for high school education and works extensively with high school teachers. Both Rick and Andy currently work and live in the world of environmental science and education, staying up to date on one of the most topical fields of science. Now, let's take a look at the student edition, available in both print and ebook formats. The 4th edition offers precise alignment to the CED. Here, you can see the 9 units of the course and the 9 units of the book, aligning perfectly with the scope and sequence of the AP course and exam description. The 9 units are divided into short, bite-sized modules, which helps teachers with pacing and presents the content in digestible chunks that make complex material easier for students to tackle and review. Each module matches the CED to the topic level. The 4th edition includes a new Module 0 that introduces students to the field of environmental science while providing them with the foundation and groundwork they need to find success from the very first pages of the book. In addition to being aligned with the CED in content and organization, we also include instruction and practice in the science practices that are a part of the course. Some of these science practices include case studies, concept explanations, visual representations, and more. We'll go into each of these in further detail. An intriguing real-world case study begins each unit to help students focus their learning. Understanding how to apply unit concepts to actual situations will help students see how environmental science is grounded in daily life. The subjects of these studies will often spark spirited class discussions. Each case study is topical, engaging, and specifically geared toward the topics at hand in the chapter. Each case study ends with practicing your science skills questions to test students' understanding and to assess their ability to draw upon the science practices, particularly text analysis and scientific experiments. In the 4th edition, we've added practice your science skills questions, paired with each case study that have students analyzing the content from the case study through the lens of the 7 science practices. We continue to spiral the science practices throughout the book. At the end of each unit, you'll find the Practice Your Science Skills feature, which gives students opportunities to gain experience answering questions related to the science practices, building their mastery and confidence for the exam. Within this section, you'll find data analysis, asking students to help describe the patterns and trends found in data sets. Pursuing environmental solutions, highlighting real-world solutions to environmental problems with critical thinking questions. Concept explanation, explaining the concepts and processes for current issues in environmental science related to the unit's topics. There is a practice free response question here, related to the features coverage. The figures, photographs, graphs, and images help students practice analyzing and interpreting visual data, a skill that students will need for the exam. Included in the 4th edition is the new 2-page visual representation feature, which allows students to see the relationships between different environmental concepts and to better grasp the interconnectedness of a range of environmental issues. There is abundant AP support. You'll find AP exam tips throughout the book and numerous AP-style practice questions similar to those found on the exam. First, each module ends with a multiple choice and free response questions. Additionally, at the end of each of the 9 units, there is a unit practice exam. containing 20 to 30 multiple choice questions and 3 free response questions. And finally, at the end of the book, there is a full practice cumulative exam that matches the actual exam in length and scope, with 80 multiple choice questions and 3 free response questions. Students can practice their test-taking skills all year long, so they'll be ready for the exam in May. Math supports. Among the biggest challenges on the AP Environmental Science exam are questions that ask students to solve environmental science math problems. We've got plenty of math support to help students who often take this course thinking that there won't be very much math. Every unit contains Do the Math boxes, which presents math skills needed for the exam. After showing students how to work a problem, they have an opportunity to apply the appropriate mathematical calculations to solve a problem on their own with the quote-unquote Your Turn feature. Also, in our digital platform, we feature Do the Math videos, which very comprehensively works through and teaches the math problem from a teacher's voice. Practice math and graphing features appear at the end of certain modules and give students an opportunity to work on their data analysis skills and calculate accurate numeric answers with similar problem types students will encounter on the AP Environmental Science exam. Let's look at a few other features. A list of learning goals at the beginning of the module helps keep students focused. Each section of the module presents material related to a single learning goal. There is a running glossary of key terms set in bold type in the text and defined at the bottom of the page on which they are introduced. At the end of the book, we provide all of these key terms in a glossary/glossario. We purposefully offer side-by-side definitions because this allows ELL readers to translate the terms in front of them. It's not enough to have both the glossary and glossario as separate documents. It's the side-by-side design that is key to helping these students get ready for the exam in English. Now, let's take a look at the Teacher Resource Package. The Teacher's Edition will become your most valuable tool. The Teacher's Edition authors bring their years of teaching experience and AP expertise to this incredibly useful tool. Amy Fassler has been teaching for over 18 years. She is active in professional development at the state and national levels and serves as a College Board consultant. She has been involved in the development of AP Environmental Science CED and AP Lab Manual, and has served on the Test Development Committee and Leadership Team for scoring the AP Environmental Science exam. Christy Schertz has been teaching for over 23 years, 16 of them teaching AP Environmental Science. She's an AP consultant and presents at summer institutes and workshops for teachers. She's been a reader since 2001, as well as a mentor to new science and AP teachers. In addition, she is a published author of the AP practice tests and test prep guides. Elizabeth Jones has been teaching for over 7 years. Prior to teaching, Elizabeth was a wildlife ecologist and worked for the Environmental and Energy Study Institute and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in Washington, D.C. Elisa McCracken has been an educator for over 15 years. She serves as an AP Environmental Science reader and consultant. First, you may want to check out the Preparing to Teach AP Environmental Science Primer that offers guidance on how to initiate, prepare, and teach the AP Environmental Science course successfully. You can find this in the preface of the Teacher's Edition on page Roman numeral 20. At the beginning of each unit, you'll find the unit overviews and the module summaries that highlight the key topics covered and takeaways students should know by the end of each unit. Specific activities and features are suggested along the way for how to best address challenging material. Differentiation recommendations point out aspects of the modules that some students may find challenging and suggest activities to meet each student where they're at. The pacing guide suggests the amount of class time to devote to each module. It also highlights key activities to use for each learning goal in the book to make sure you cover all the essentials. A complete list of unit resources provides an easy reference for the handouts that accompany the activities, as well as lecture slide presentations, web resources, and more. Look for the TRM icon button throughout the wraparound content to find and download resources at point of use in the Teacher's Edition ebook, or on the book's digital platform. In this section, you'll also find a list of released free response questions from previous AP Environmental Science exams that are related to topics in the unit. A detailed correlation to the course and exam description lists the AP Environmental Science Enduring Understanding, Learning Objective, Essential Knowledge, and Science Practices that aligns with each module in the book. Use a correlation guide to be sure that you are covering everything students need to know for the exam. After the opening planning pages, you'll find annotations in the margins. The marginal content helps you to 1. Practice each of the 7 science practices from the course and exam description to prepare for the exam day. Notice the reference to the specific science practice. 2. Teach concepts and clarify misconceptions through engaging discussion starters and more. 3. Engage students with group activities, labs, and opportunities to interact with the environment outside of the classroom. 4. Connect concepts throughout the course to spiral major ideas and help students see how concepts build on one another, on other disciplines, and relate to other regions. 5. Assess student understanding with answers to questions that students will see throughout the book. Now, on to the 2 other components of the teacher package, the resources and the test bank. Working in tandem with the teacher's edition are the teacher materials as mentioned earlier. These resources are embedded at point of use in the Teacher's Edition ebook and available with just a click, and also collected in a separate area within the digital platform. You can see here that I clicked on the TRM icon for lecture slides, and they opened up, just as the professional development video did. This saves you time. Other resources that you'll find are the Do the Math videos and visual representation videos that students also have access to. We also provide labs, various activities and handouts, math skill practice handouts, and a list of useful web resources. We provide answers to questions in the book and additional free response questions to give students even more practice. There are suggestions for end-of-year activities and animations. The third component of the teacher package is the Exam View Test Bank. With over 1,500 multiple choice and free response questions, questions are tagged with the module, learning goal, and section. The platform is fully customizable, allowing you to create tests how you choose, including multiple versions, scrambled answer choices, and more. Now, let's look at Sapling Plus, our digital platform. Sapling Plus is your one-stop shop with everything you and your students need. The 3 main components are self-grading online homework with error-specific feedback, an interactive and downloadable ebook, and resources for both students and teachers. There is a gradebook and several other management features. Remember that we do offer integration with common LMS and rostering systems. Digital training. We offer live one-on-one training with our customer experience team to learn how to use the program. Just go to our online scheduler to book a 60-minute session to get trained. Simply click on High School Sapling Learning Training. Choose High School Sapling Learning Training for AP Environmental Science. Then pick a date and time. You'll get a Zoom meeting invite and you are good to go. Our trainer will offer a recorded for you as well. Note that the service is free and open for the life of your adoption. You can come back for subsequent training and take as little or as much time within the 60 minutes as you need. Also note that if you're using an LMS and are planning to integrate Sapling Plus with your system, you can sign up for a free training on how to do that as well. We hope you found this training useful. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to your sales representative. Thank you.